gals and guys, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden, and today I'm bringing you part 2 of the patio makeover, the reveal. Now I'm trying to stand in some shade because it's a nice beautiful sunny day here, and I want to be able to show you the patio in good light. So we're starting out with a little cover under the tree here, but if you missed part 1, be sure to go back and watch it. I'll link that video below. This patio was a mess, my friends. Let's take a look back at the before. And today I'm doing something quite different. I'm showing you the ugly parts of my landscaping. I am making a video on purpose to show that your girl doesn't have it all together all the time. So first things first, let's look at these stone pavers here and how I got rid of all of the weeds. Finally, look at these clean pavers, no grass, no weeds, no moss. Absolutely makes such a difference on this patio. It is toward nighttime now, but I wanted you to be able to see this in a different light here. Makes such a difference in how this patio looks as a whole with a really nice clean aesthetic. Super pleased with that. It creates such a more crisp, clean palette. Let me explain how we got it. At first, I tried to use the Captain Jack's Lawn and Weed Brew that I showed you in the first video. This is the weed brew I'm talking about, and it's just not really doing the trick. And after about, I don't know, 15 minutes of getting down on my hands and knees and spraying each crack in this whole patio, I knew this was not going to be the answer. Also, with that, I did hire a company out to do it and get rid of all the weeds so that the stone patio would look really nice and clean with no moss, no grass going through the cracks at all. I did have them use that Captain Jack's Lawn and Weed Brew, and it didn't work as far as things coming back up. The problem was it would kill what was there, and that would turn brown and then die. But then 2 or 3 days later, more would just keep coming up in the cracks, and that defeats the whole purpose, especially when you're paying money to get a nice clean slate. So I did let them go ahead and use some sort of herbicide in the cracks, and it worked out much better. Nice clean slate. I have no weeds growing up, and it's been about 2 months. So that did the trick. They also put sand down in the cracks, redid the sand to really load those cracks and make them tight. So it's just so much better. But I did have to go to the herbicide route, which I didn't want to do originally, but I think it's for the best because it's what's working the best. Now, as far as my fruits and vegetables that I've planted, thankfully they're doing really well and looking really healthy. You can see on both sides of me here how they're coming along. Let's take a closer look. Up first, we have the black Krim Heirloom tomato that I planted, and you can see some fruits on here. Looking good so far. Panning over, we've got the gooseberry plant. Hi, Axel. And those actually put on fruit in the spring, and the squirrels ate all of them, but it's still looking pretty good. This is a thorny plant, by the way. If you've never grown gooseberry before, it's quite an unusual fruit, kind of bittersweet. I made gooseberry pie before, but it's still fun and unique and different. Axel, don't hurt yourself down there with the thorns, buddy. Then in my containers up by the grill here, we have a Cherokee purple heirloom, and this thing is loaded with fruit. You can see there, they're looking really, really healthy, those tomatoes. Looking forward to actually slicing into those. They haven't put color on yet, but they will. And then we've got some beets down here. This container is a little lower, so there's room for root crops. And honestly, I could definitely probably come in here and dig some of these up by now. But I love the coloring on that. It really makes a pretty aesthetic appearance in the veggie garden. Next to that, we've got jalapenos. And this guy has really taken flight. It started to put on some fruit before we left this past weekend to go away for the weekend, and look at all of those on there. I could probably actually pick them at this point. Loving that that's doing so well. And then up top here we've got, well, let's do the herbs first. We've got some cilantro in there that's growing nicely. And then I believe this purple one is the cinnamon basil. I should smell it and I would be able to tell you. But those are both from seed. I had a lot of trouble planting from seed starting early indoors, but I did end up doing some seeds out here in these open containers and it worked. So those are growing beautifully. Then over here, hard to see, but we've got some aster in there, Tower Chamois. That's a really pretty little accent flower there. And my Scabiosa, holy smokes, is so tall. I'm using the tomato cage to help wrangle it in there. Then on to this side. These guys are also putting on some vegetables. Oh my gosh, I'm just so thankful that things have really taken off. Again, it's been about 2 months, not quite, since I filmed the first video. But right here we have the candy cane chocolate cherry pepper. And this has really gorgeous foliage on the leaves. I think that's stunning. But the peppers are coming on right here as well. Down below, I believe this guy is the second black crim that I planted. And really I should come in and support this a little more. We've got one really beautiful looking fruit on it and a couple flowers up here, so we should get some more, but I need to stake that. Down here goes pepper. Woo-hoo-hoo! These are hot, and I saw yesterday we've got some coming on big time over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's starting to load up. Plenty of buds on there too. Those should be interesting and fun. I'll see how my husband handles those. Not quite sure I'm going to be able to handle those. Very, very hot. Up here, this is another herb started from seeds. So again, worked a lot better than starting them inside for me. This is a basil here, really beautiful looking. And then we've got the red peppers I planted up here. Nice fruit coming on there. And this one over here is the banana peppers. You can see we've got a good bounty right there that I could probably go ahead and pick. Coming back here, we've got the trellis with the cucumber climbing up it, looking quite lovely. And I did try some sweet peas, sugar snap peas at the bottom, but they actually did not make it. However, I do have a scarlet runner bean that is trying to make its way up here. Not doing too bad, got some of those on each side, but I really love the look of the trellis. And I'm happy to say if we come forward here and take a peek, we've got one. Let's find the other one. There it is. 2 on here with more flowers budding up. Now down below, sun sugar tomatoes down here, those beautiful yellow tomatoes. These are arguably, like I said, the most tasty. My son absolutely loves them. I think I'll even try one here. Let's pick one off. They just fall right off. So pretty. Let's trial here. And my first one of the year. Yep. That's the stuff right there. That's why we grow some veggies at home, am I right? Now popping over to the side here, this is one of my favorites, if not my favorite section of this patio. Right here, we bought this piece of outdoor furniture for $500 from Target. It was right around there. I'll try and link it below. I looked and looked, and there were a lot of very expensive outdoor pieces. This one we like just fine. It should get us through a couple to a few years, and if we want something bigger in the future, we can get it. But those pillows are also from World Market, different than Target. Everything else I got from Target, and I'm obsessed. I love the color. I love the patterns. It adds a little bit of pop out here. Exactly what I was hoping for. And then down to the rug. This is from Target as well, which again, I'll try and find and link. But It just has come together beautifully out here. Let's go to the plants now. Up here, this is my section that I succeeded with growing from seed. I started them later than I would have liked, but they're taking and they're growing. That's what matters. We've got some carrots over here. A couple on the end died or were dug up. And then we've got some black cherry tomatoes. They're smaller tomatoes, I believe. And we've got some flowers on these. So we're gonna have some cherry tomatoes here soon. I've heard great things about those. Really happy that those finally took from seed because all my other veggies I started inside did not. And coming over to this section of plants here, these are the only ceramic containers I have on this patio, but I have to tell you, I am happy with the simple look. It kind of makes this corner over here feel like a little room, especially with the cucumber in the background. And it's simple and it's lovely because we've got some color coming from the Mahogany Splendor hibiscus over here. Workhorse of a plant, grown from seed, very easily grown, I might add. So I have those flanking on each side. And then in the middle, we've got some edible plants. We've got a lemon over here. The lemon I overwinter inside. It's struggling a little bit this year. In the middle, we've got some strawberries. Now, I have not had great luck with strawberries. I get flowers on them, case in point, right there. And then they pretty much go to here and die off. I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'm gonna keep trying. Don't eat that, Axel. Which brings me down into my next problem area. This is a lime tree here, but obviously it's gotten too much water. That is either some sort of mushroom or mold or fungus. Either way, I need to get this out of here and kind of replant / get some new compost in there and make sure all that stuff's out of there. But we have gotten a lime and we have gotten a lemon off of those before, so it's fun to have those out here on the patio. So yes, this corner space here is my favorite part of the patio. I love how inviting it is, and then flanked with all the foliage and vegetables in the back. It's definitely what I was looking for. Let's swivel over here. Dun, da, da, da. Don't you just love that rug? It is bold, it's got pattern, it's got some color on it. I think this rug really coordinates well with our house, which is mainly black. The siding, sometimes it comes across as being blue on camera, but it is a black. So that brings it all together. And then this pop of color here in the umbrella, I think ties in well with some of the color that we have going on over here. So my list is checked off with pattern, color, crisp, clean pavers, and some vegetables, and even a little bit of fruit foliage growing in here. And this last little corner, I did pot this small ceramic pot up with some aster. There's Lady Coral Lavender there. Over here we have Tower Chamois, which has been a really pretty delicate little filler. I've enjoyed those. Cherry Caramel Phlox is in here as well. Just some tall seedlings I had left over that I didn't want to go to waste. That's a bigger, that looks like, maybe that's Valkyrie Brunhilde. I think that's Valkyrie Brunhilde. But this adds a little fun section over here on the end with my one bistro chair. The other one broke, but hey, someone could still sit in it. So that'll do it for the reveal of this patio makeover. Again, I believe we started June 2nd, really getting after this, and it's now July 25th. Granted, some unexpected things happened in there, and it just took us a while to get it done, but it's done. So give yourself grace on all those projects that are not so pretty, your ugly parts of the landscape. They're there. You'll get to them when you can. Be sure to give yourself some grace. But I'm really pleased to have this done and settled and part of our home, and we've been utilizing it a lot. Also, I wanted to mention, not everything is perfect. See this? I still have the price tags on these pillows. I probably got these a month ago. There's maybe one other thing I would like to do is add perimeter lights around the whole patio, but it's kind of also nice to not have any posts and have a clear view of the backyard. So I may or may not get to that, but let me know how your patio is looking, what things you love on your patio. I'm thinking about getting one of those winter gas lamps that produces heat and gives off heat in the winter. That might be kind of nice to have. So share all of your ideas with me in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love to have you here with us talking about all things garden. We'll see you in the next one. Happy planting, everybody. Bye.